What's up, guys? Welcome back to Coltown. Today we are going to be doing a video on Giant Graveyard. This deck will be especially good since the Executioner was just nerfed back to its original state, and less people will be using it. I will say before the video starts, they added Supercell creator codes, which is basically, I'm going to explain this because people have asked me exactly how it works and if you benefit from it. So it's completely free for viewers or for anyone to put in. You just go to the bottom of the shop, you just enter Colton W83, which is my code, or you enter someone else's code of a creator that you really like. And we gain a small percentage of when you spend money in a Supercell game. So of course, if you would like to support me, then please do it. If there's another content creator you would rather do it for, then do that. It lasts for 7 days, and then you have to re-enter it if you want to keep it on. But it's completely free. You don't get anything from it, but we get a small amount of the revenue. So if you would like to do that, that would be awesome. And if you really want to support me, you can also do it in Brawl Stars and Clash of Clans. You can enter my code as well. But if you have a content creator for those games, it doesn't make as much sense for me to do it since I'm a Clash Royale content creator. For you to do it for me since I'm a Clash Royale content creator. All right, but yeah, let's hop in. So we're at 7K, and we're gonna play this Giant Graveyard deck, which is really solid, and it's certainly better now that Xe is nerfed. All right. So this deck is pretty heavy. We're not really gonna want to make the first play until like maybe 2 minutes ish. So okay, we'll just wait, and then we'll go Night Witch in the back when he goes Goblin Cage. When the Goblin Cage is out of cycle, he doesn't have a pull for Giant, I suppose. He could be playing Lava now that's popular. So he's playing Golem, which is really odd since I think he's playing Golem Xe, which is odd since Xe was just nerfed. Maybe he doesn't know. Oh, maybe not. The Dark Prince Splash did much better than I thought it would right there. I feel like I'm going to go Giant. Just because his Goblin Cage is out of cycle. And I feel like I'm up. It's going to be a decent amount of damage. Didn't have a really great answer there, so I just went with the poison. He does have to answer that Dark Prince though, so I feel like that was overall pretty good for me. Or he just lets it hit tower. Okay, that's nice. Get the bat spawning. We may go Graveyard here. I feel like we should. No, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. He ends up having to trade a Night Witch, so it's not a big deal. His Goblin Cage is still a couple cards out of cycle, I think. I have to Giant that. Well, those two bats are killing my Musk. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought it was a clone deck. My Snowball was not the best there. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Alright, so we'll just start a witch. I mean, yeah, the Giant Skeleton Lumberjack push is kind of impossible for me. Lumberjack dies there. That's kind of nice. Not the best poison for me. And now I don't have poison for my graveyard, so I just need to reset here. Multiple Musketeers are kind of nice here. I think now is where I go. Then we just poison as soon as we can. If we don't take tower here, though, we may lose. Whew, that was close. Whew, that counter push would have been terrifying. I don't think I could have defended the counter push, but we did have Snowball too, so we were able to get a little bit more damage. 7,044. All right. We'll wait a bit, like I said. Don't really want to start. Catches Miner there with Dart Prince. Just play our Night Witch once we're close to 10. I'll go ahead and get some bats generating. I don't want to take a charge. Probably gonna have to Barbaro. Alright, so he's playing Giant Double Prince. Don't have an amazing stop right here. I'm gonna have to Giant. There's no other option. Anything else would have just been really bad for me. We'll go Graveyard with this. I didn't have anything I could defend that push with, so we'll just trade. Not the best for me, and he's defending it fairly well, but kind of what we had to go for. We get more Keen Tower damage than him. We may end up going for Keen Tower. It's actually lower than the Crown Tower, and Graveyard's pretty good at targeting the Keen Tower because it spawns around it better. Means I'm minoring there. I don't really want to make the first play here, so I'm just gonna snowball his King Tower. I should have snowballed the Crown Tower too, but it's not a big deal. Just go Dark Prince there, and then Musk low. We'll get the Barbell to tank there some. He kind of overcommitted to kill that there. Alright, so we just go full defense mode here. We get quite a bit of damage on both towers. This is pretty good for me. A little bit of fireball value, but it's not the worst. Once again, we'll just go Graveyard Giant. Alright, we'll wait a bit. He's obviously stacking a ton of troops in preparation for it, so we can't play into those troops, but he is wasting a lot of elixir, so that's good. We'll protect our princess right there. And then we'll just go for, no matter what he does here, we're going for a Giant Graveyard immediately. Actually, we'll go for a snipe on this first. Ran up a little bit farther than what I would have liked, but not too bad. That prince is kind of really unfortunate for me, but yeah, we actually may just lose here. This is the only thing I can go for here. Yeah. Basically, the prince lost me the game because that DPS the Giant too far. Otherwise, I would have taken one or the other tower. But we still played that pretty well. If the prince had crossed the bridge like I thought it was, I was just gonna, and the Mega Minion too. If I just waited a second, I would have won for sure. We played it well. We just played our Giant half a second too early there. So he's playing Logbait. We're just gonna wait. This should be a fairly good matchup for us. We just need to get to double without taking too much damage. We'll just be waiting here. Because Princess will go Night Witch. Now we're ahead in elixir, so we'll cycle a troop. Have a little bit of pressure, but I'm not going to go with it. Pay attention to the barrels where he throws them so we don't allow any damage. Cycling another troop. I'm gonna cycle Snowball because my hand's awkward. He's outcycled now. I actually allow no damage though. His hand's awkward for taking out Princess. I think that was the best play, honestly. I couldn't afford to like giant there. Let's go Dart Prince here. I said we're trying to make it to double elixir. We'll go giant in the back here. I'm eventually gonna go musketeer for that. A little bit late on the barb barrel. That's nice that he doesn't have Inferno Tower. Oh, it's on the outside. That was my bad for not realizing that. He played Princess inside Graveyard for some reason. We'll just go another giant here. He's still having to defend troops here. So we are ahead. I should have went giant on the right side. I wasn't paying attention. This time though I can play the princess. I mean the musketeer here and it'll kill. I messed up. The princess hadn't moved up. It's still enough though. Nice. Alright, I didn't play that perfect, but pretty good matchup for us, and we played it right. We just troops were a little bit dumb by me. Should have just played the musketeer on the right side there. Bum 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 bum. Okay. I don't want to waste 4 elixir to defend 2 elixir cards, so we'll just let that hit. He's playing Mega Knight. The video, the deck we actually covered on the guy that the best who got high on ladder. Well, we're a little bit ahead there because he zapped that, so we'll go with Dart Prince. All right, we're gonna go in on this. Yeah, that was really expensive by him. I was not expecting this version, so it's not the deck I thought it was. But he did get a lot of damage there. We got a little bit in return. I wasn't expecting this. I would have got more damage if he didn't have Inferno Drag. But it's pretty well played by him. The bandit was nice by him. We're just gonna let that magic archer hit on the other side unless he puts something in front of it. Then we'll like barb barrel. Yeah, we just let that hit. I'm tempted to just go in here. Yeah, I'm going in. That'll be a better push in double elixir. That's nice that he didn't get that on my musketeer. That barb barrel did really good work too. That was really good for me. We'll go Night Witch and then Giant. I'm just gonna go ahead and poison this. We'll actually Dart Prince this instead. And then just graveyard as soon as we can. And then immediately snowball is if he goes with that should take. That's really nice. Nice, nice, nice. We're just gonna go out with a poison here. And then if he goes wall breakers, I can kill with barb barrel. They should defend. Nice. That won't kill. I don't care. My barbarian should have been like one tile farther back so that the snowball would have instantly killed the second wall breaker, but it was still good enough to defend there. It was a good recognition by him that there was no way I wasn't defending that if he played it into the poison, but I just didn't have any damage on that tower, so I was able to take some. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this video in terms of gameplay. Let's quickly go over the changes they made though. So we'll have them all here. New update. What's new? CWA made a video on it, but not everything was covered. And I would like to talk about some things that I wasn't able to just highlight. So, and this is a good point to discussion too. I made a community post, but videos are always better for this kind of thing. So, game rule changes. All games are now 5 minutes long instead of 6. Overtime now lasts for 2 minutes instead of 3, and includes 3 times elixir generation in the last minute. So first minute same, second minute same, third minute same, fourth minute same. But then the last minute of the game is triple elixir. Some of the critiques of this have been that, well, the biggest critique, and one that I agree with, is that this is being made. These changes are not the other changes, mainly just this one could be kind of a big game thing, and I don't know because I haven't tested it necessarily. So I'm not going to try to act like I do. But this is being made right before the CRL World Finals, so that's kind of not the best in my opinion. However, I do, on a few levels, I do really like this, and I think it'll ultimately be a good change for Clash Royale. So one of the things that gets boring when you're watching CRL is when the games drag on for the full 6 minutes and the gameplay just kind of keeps on being the same. It does change, and good players change it up, but some matchups are just like that, where it's like you're playing to win by draw, and I think that's the most boring viewer experience. And I think, and sometimes that extra overtime, and it happens more often in pro play, it contributes to like losing viewership. And in terms of like CRL, in terms of a casual, you want to be able to play games faster, and it gets boring, and you can, like, a lot of people play these when you have short periods of time. That's the draw of Clash Royale, as the games are short, and I think overall that'll be better. Something I really like that they incorporated with this change that isn't fully included here, I'll scroll down to the bottom, is this is understated, but the player hand now loads faster. And not only does it load faster, and I know this because I can talk to Supercell directly, is that not only does the hand load faster, but it loads faster as you get later in the game. So in 1 elixir, the cards are just a tiny bit faster than they used to be. But in 2 times and 3 times elixir, your cards are instantly getting back to your hand almost. While previously, cycle decks were partially, for one part, they're good at punishing low elixir, like 2.6 for example. People are worried this will kill cycle decks, but they actually buffed cycle decks in the same update, because in 2 and 3 times elixir, you can play cards and get back to cards faster. You can cycle Ice Spirit Skellies and get down your defenses faster. You can cycle back to your win condition faster than your opponent, because if you're playing a heavy deck, your problem isn't that you can't cycle cards fast like it is with a cycle deck. It's that your deck is freaking heavy and you don't have the elixir, or it just doesn't make sense to waste 4 elixir cards. So in 2 and 3 times elixir, cycle decks are actually slightly better at outcycling their opponents and at cycling defenses. So maybe this won't be balanced. Maybe beatdown will be slightly stronger. First off, like 90% of games end before they get to the 5th minute anyway. Maybe even more than 90% statistically. But I would give it a chance before you hate on it, unless it's because of the timing of the implementation. Then I agree. So anyway, that's a thing that's important. That was kind of understated. Cycle decks did actually get kind of a small buff. And the other big thing is, if beatdown is too OP in this 3 times elixir, I don't agree that it's skillless, because I think while an entire game mode of 3 times elixir is dumb because it's always beatdown, because there's no time to punish beatdown, that isn't true of a normal game. And this is only the last minute, and it makes it more hectic and exciting. I think in 2v2 it's going to be a little wacky. I don't know if it's good in 2v2, but in 1v1 I think it's a good change, and we'll have to wait and see. And I really do think it'll be good for the game overall, for multiple reasons, like I stated. And they kind of just explained it here. I think 3 times elixir will be wacky, because you'll have crazy cycles, and I think it could be good to end the game. It makes the last minute of games, if they go the distance, it'll make them exciting instead of ultra boring. I also am a fan of the tiebreaker that they implemented previously, but anyway, ramp up. This is going to be crazy too. It's up to 5 times elixir. Secret strat that I'm going to test out when ramp up comes out. I hope they have a challenge for it. I'm going to play like a wuss for the first 4 minutes, and this is going to be my strategy. Maybe not even, maybe up to the four times elixir. And then I'm going to have Rocket Mirror in my deck, and I am going to Rocket Mirror their King Tower 3 times in a row. I'm gonna have cycle cards. I'm gonna try to just have a defense deck. I don't know if it'll work because maybe I'll just get overwhelmed before that point. But if you can make it to like 4 or 5 times elixir, I want to try Rocket Mirroring their King Tower like 6 times. Like Rocket Mirror, cycle, Rocket Mirror, Rocket Mirror. I want to try it. I think that will be cool. And maybe you have to have other real cards, or maybe a beatdown deck will beat you before then. But I'm going to try it because I think it will be funny. Alright, so spawn modes, hog rush, yeah. Balance changes. Oh, so they actually made arrows where it fires pew, pew, pew. And it does a slightly more damage overall. Definitely arrows are better now. And I think it's still a little bit kind of like, it gets a +2 elixir trade versus mini horde, but then sucks against a lot of other stuff. But I do think this overall makes it a more healthy card and a more balanced card. Well, a stronger card, but a more healthy card. I kind of like it. Executioner is just being reverted back to its original form. Belican was concerned that possibly it has a faster initial hit speed, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't seen it too much. Well, I saw that one game, but I can't really. I couldn't tell. I'd have to watch video clips to compare. And then Witch just gets area damage back. They changed it a little bit. The spawns are the same, but they did change it to where it has a faster hit speed, and it still spawns super slow on the first wave, and then it does half the damage and it hits a little bit faster because they wanted to give the area splash back to the Witch, because they explained it in the post. But yeah, basically they reverted it halfway back to the old Witch, which I think is a good change. Oh, and they gave really cool new info card screens with videos and expanded tips and stuff. See how a card looks and plays within the arena. Yeah. A few clues of how and how not to use a card. More stats. And we'll be adding more in-depth information to these card screens. So just really good QL fixes here on the card screens. I'll show those. And then in Mega Touchdown, I really like this. They're banning just the most OP cards. Hog Rider, Royal Hogs, Ram Rider, Freeze. Like I said, I would say now Earthquake is like the new Freeze in terms of this. But anyway, those cards are just so busted. Battle Ram is now the most busted, by the way. But those codes were the best. You could just spam them on both sides of the arena, and there's no way for your opponent to defend. In 1v1 and 2v2, your opponents have enough elixir to defend. But, yeah, so each player receives 1 fast runner and 1 big runner in touchdown draft. Oh, so just Mega Touchdown, where it literally, that was the only gameplay they removed. Okay, that makes sense. So 2v2, you can defend it in 2v2. So that makes sense. I like that. Even though if it's a little thing. Trophy Road, not a big deal. Victor Goyle, death damage. Oh yeah, now you can't have a golem on their tower and it explodes and you get the death damage. Update should fixes some super some UI cycle, fix the number of crashes. Bugs that allowed wrong card to be selected and played now fixed. Ooh, that's really nice because that was I had that happen in a video once and I hate it. Was so annoying when it happens. It can lose you the game. And then I already talked about the player hand now loading faster. And this isn't it. There's the Clashmas coming up on December 2nd, and that should be hopefully a lot more cool stuff coming. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. We're top 100, 7,040. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. Peace out. And please enter my creator code in Clash Royale and then maybe one of the other Super Seal games if you really feel like it. But yeah, thank you for the support. Love you guys. And I will see you next time. Peace.